Hello everyone, I'm TheCrimsonDM, and welcome to my 100th video vlog. See, this is my 100th video, and I'm really proud of this because you might know, because I've mentioned it a couple times, but in the past I did have a channel about 5 years ago, and that channel was another little Let's Play gaming channel, but it only got about 20 episodes in before I quit. My computer wasn't the best at recording, so the quality was crap. And I didn't like the quality at all. I also couldn't record the games that I wanted to at the time. So I took a break, and that break extended and it extended and extended, and eventually I just deleted the channel and all the videos attached to it. And I still regret that to this day because I wish I would have kept them. I had like probably 16 plus subscribers back then. It was a lot easier to get subscribers to a Let's Play channel back then than it is now. And, well, the history of that Let's Play is gone. And that's a shame, but that's okay. Because when I made this channel, I decided that I wanted to make a new video every day. The only time I was unable to do that has been on the few instances where I was really sick and unable to make a video, or my week-long break where I was working on a project that was going to be a way for me to return the appreciation I had for a bunch of people that had been close to me and stuck through all of my darkest times in the past few years and helped me out. But that video didn't come out because, well, again, it was technical issues. I couldn't actually make it. And at this point, only a very small amount of those people are still attached to me. So there's no point in remaking that video anyway, and that's sad. But I'm not here to talk about my crappy life and how everything falls apart, only to be rebuilt stronger, better, and in different, new, enlightening ways. Because that's life. Things fall apart and you pick them back up. My favorite sentence, or my favorite saying about life is that life is a Jenga tower. You keep building it up, it falls apart, and you take the broken pieces and you put them back up into a new way and hope that you can build them taller this time. That's kind of life. But that's not what I want to talk about. I was thinking about it, and I'm like, what could I do to really celebrate having 100 videos on the channel? What could I do that'd be really cool? And I thought about it, and I think I hit the nail on the head. I want to talk about how I got into video games. Because I got an okay memory. I got a pretty good memory in some ways. So my very first console was actually a Nintendo, an NES, a NES, a NES. And I remember when my dad got it. He got it from a guy, and I'm gonna be honest, the guy was probably he was probably like my dad's drug dealer or something, like marijuana and stuff. But my dad got the game console, and he got a whole bunch of games with it. Like, there were so many games that I didn't even know how to handle it. My mind couldn't wrap around it. There was like 50 video game cartridges just laying on the floor. And I can only remember strongly a very few select games that I played when I was that age. And the two that really stand out to me, that stand out the most, are Jeopardy and the original Super Mario Bros. See, Jeopardy was a game, and you know what, let's get into the one that I actually like better. Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Bros. Is, well, everyone knows what that game is. but it was the first game I ever beaten. I remember the first time I beat it. The last castle had the most dickish thing in the universe. That puzzle. Now that I'm older, I can do the puzzle with no problem, but when I was younger, my brain just couldn't understand how the pattern worked. Like, I could see that there was something there, but I couldn't understand that there was a pattern. Everything was just too similar. Of course, I did figure it out after my dad showed me, and then once it clicked, I was able to do the pattern over and over again. And I gotta admit, I beat the original Mario Bros. So many times. I have beaten that game. I used to play it nonstop and beat it over and over and over again. Sometimes multiple times in the same day. That's not something you can say about video games nowadays unless you're playing some indie game. But no one has the attention span to play an indie game that much. And, yeah, I played the crap out of Mario Bros. I found every secret I could. I beat the game over and over again. I loved it. It was the best thing in the universe. Now, I did eventually get a copy of Super Mario Bros. 2 and 3, but those aren't what I started on. Now, as for Jeopardy, that one's actually really special. See, me and my mom would play Jeopardy together, because she doesn't play video games at all. She can't play them very well. I remember when I was like probably 8, I taught her to beat the first level of Spot for the Super Nintendo, but that is the extent. That is as far as she ever got. In fact, the fact that she is now using YouTube amazes me. I didn't think she'd ever figure that one out. But she's a really good speller. And she used to be able to spell like a lot better, and she used to be really good at it, so we would play Jeopardy, and I am dyslexic. I couldn't read. But I liked playing games with her, and I liked watching the TV show with her, Jeopardy. I just realized that Jeopardy is not Wheel of Fortune. I meant Wheel of Fortune. It was Wheel of Fortune and Super Mario Bros. We used to play Wheel of Fortune together all the time. And she could spell really well, so, you know, she could play Wheel of Fortune. And it was a very special thing for me to share with my mom when I was a kid. And, you know, that's how I got into games. I know that I moved on from that, and eventually I got a copy of Super Mario Bros. 2. I didn't like that one so much. Mostly because it was too hard. I got a copy of Super Mario Bros. 3. Never beat it. That was also too hard at some point. But I do know that we also got this, like, really bad ripoff of Super Mario Bros. 2. And it was also too hard, but I think it was hard because of bad game design. I swear that I saw the Angry Video Game Nerd cover the game once. I just don't remember what it was called, and out of like 200 episodes, I'm not going to look for it to find the name. And we also had like Double Dragon. I want to say like whatever R-Type was based on. Heck, it might have even been the first R-Type. We had quite a few games. Oh, Legend of Zelda. Though I don't remember playing that one, oddly enough. I remember playing Ocarina of Time, but I don't remember playing Legend of Zelda for the NES. And I know that when we went up to Parowan as a little kid, that was a very long trip. But we'd go up there to visit family, and my uncles, I want to say they're my uncles, had a Nintendo with Tetris on it. And I'd play the crap out of that while everyone else was smoking marijuana and getting high because, you know, that's what my parents did. I was raised by a bunch of what you could call hippies. And, you would think that'd make me a lot more open-minded and balanced. What it did is it made me question anything everyone says, and not to just believe people because they say something, and to deeply, deeply value personal freedom. Like, I value freedom so highly that it's insane. I get really mad at left wing and right wing and every wings on all the birds of the political spectrum because no one seems to be okay with the idea of, hey, people have different opinions. That's cool. You don't have to force your opinions down people's throat. But I learned that stuff from my folks. So, I had a very interesting childhood. Lots of really cool things. I remember going to see the movies with my dad and my mom. We saw the Rugrats movie in theaters. We saw the original American Godzilla movie in theaters. Jurassic Park 3 in theaters. Jurassic Park being my favorite movie as a kid, and still to this day one of my favorite movies as an adult. But, you know, I got a lot of memories from that time, and I got a lot of stories I could tell. So, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do like a weekly vlog and just tell a new story and see if it applies to anything I've learned in life. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Anyway, that's been me, the Crimson DM, and I hope you guys enjoyed this story of, you know, where I got into video games and what my first 2 video games I played were and what my favorite one was and what my first one I beat was. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please subscribe and hit the little bell icon and leave a like and a comment. Tell me what your first game was, if you remember. Like, and what was it like playing games when you were a kid? Did you have overly judgmental parents that didn't like you playing them? Did you have parents that wanted to play them with you? Like, my dad always played Super Mario Bros. With me. He was really good at it. I was better. I'd like to hear stories like that from you guys if you want to take a minute to do that. Otherwise, just thanks for listening and thanks for watching, and I'll keep making videos every day because it's important to me and I like doing it. As always, thanks for watching. Adios.